Some black Cheetos. He said, "Where's the excavator?" So he ain't gonna walk. Oh, those. Watch out for the alligator popping out of the sand.
Look at the excavator. You want to get on the excavator? Go up there.
Oh, you need to put money in it. To work.
I will get in the seat.
Alligator feed. What is this? Hey, are these black Cheetos?
There's one here.
One there.
Yeah, they sure don't smell like Cheetos.
Eat one. It might taste like a Cheeto.
No.
Hunter, what is that?
Hunter, what is this? What do you call this?
Excavator.
Excavator. Ollie. What's up?
He's like, let me out of here. I want to walk.
The show is about to start.
Let's go watch the alligators get fed.
Come on, Baba.
Swamp.
Yeah, it's full though.
Oh, I see a big one.
Ollie's got the best seat in the house.
Oh, I'm burning.
There ain't room up there.
It's on it. No.
I see alligator, Mom.
Wow,
I see that one.
there's a bunch.
I see my one, that one, Mom. And her one. That's alligator.
Right. Yeah. This is impressive. Yeah, go.
That's an alligator.
Where would you throw it?
I don't know.
Alligator.
That's an alligator, Mom. Why? Who throw it, Mom? There's a big one. Huh? Big one. What? There was a big one. That giant. There's a big one? Yeah, see that one moving? He's about equal.
Oh, there it goes.
See a teeth? He got pulled down there. Down there?
Hunter, you want to go there?
Yeah.
Look
No. Yeah.
Watch, Hunter. Look.
Look at that. Here's the food. Look.
See?
I throw it.
Uh-oh.
There it goes.
Oh, y'all feel
It's
free
like all the
to
ones
throw
that
the
miss.
food
That's how
that way.
I'm going to the rock and throw it, Mom. I want to find the rock, Mom. Mommy, I want to find the rock too.
Later, okay?
Good afternoon. How is everybody good? All kids accounted for? So far, so good. We got some Meals on Wheels up front. That's all right.
Mom, we are like kids.
Well, I'm
Kids, you're the kids.
This nice Sunday morning. My name's Wes.
Put your feet there.
Alligators for you. We're going to
No.
ring the dinner
So you
bells.
can
Don't
watch,
play
so you
Nancy,
can
and we
see.
get cranky.
You put your feet
Quite a few
here.
in close proximity. I'll do my best out
You're not gonna fall. Mommy will hold you.
Get some big guys up here. And hopefully try to have
Alalaman ka, uy.
so,
Put your feet here
without
so
further
steady.
delay, let's go on in.
You're fine, Hunter. You want me to hold you?
Don't.
All right, stand here so
Very
you can see.
high-tech way to call an alligator. Never try that.
Come here.
I'm hoping all
Hunter, you're
200
scared of
plus don't come
everything.
in at one time. If they do, we'll just cross that
can't
bridge.
see.
when we
Come
get
here.
to
I'm
it.
just gonna hold you
That's
like
how many alligators there are on this side of the fence. So around 204. These are all wild alligators. They were
There's
called
204
nuisance animals.
dinosaurs here.
A nuisance alligator basically just means that you were a threat to something. So my man Pee Wee here, I mean, he's not, a man eater. He's not a menace to society, but he'd give you a bite that would be somewhat uncomfortable. So the good news is, if you are an alligator and you end up here, life's good. You live here the rest of your days eating pork chops, chasing us around. It's a pretty good life. Unfortunately, most alligators don't end up here. And ladies, you might get a really high-end pair of shoes, or maybe you had some oyster bites at the, alligator bites at the oyster bar. So at the end of the day, we're kind of an alligator rescue, sanctuary, or penal system. Now, what's up, Roger? Fetch. If you're curious why more alligators aren't showing up today, there are a couple reasons for that. One, they don't need to eat every day. If you get down to the true mechanics of what an alligator needs as far as a big meal, if an alligator eats once a month, that's more than enough. Two, their stomach capacity is really big. And what I mean by big, they can eat about 1/5 of what they weigh. So a lot of these big animals sometimes will show up. They'll eat something really large and just not come back for a while. And thirdly, they are very efficient animals. What I mean by that is human beings, we are not exactly the most efficient animals on the planet. Our body can process protein at about 2%. These animals, you're looking at over 70%. So when they eat something, they take absolute advantage of everything. And the final thing, which you'll see this large fellow over here causing some trouble. This is kind of what we call alligator wrestling season at the moment, which is going to give us a bunch of baby alligators here. So these large fellows over here are not necessarily focused on food. So they're going to hang out with the ladies. They're going to kind of defend their territory because they know here in about the next 3 weeks, females will be building a nest. Once that nest is constructed, the females will quit showing up to eat. They will mainly stay and protect that nest. And that's when all the big guys start showing up. So right now, these larger fellows, again, they're more interested in making sure that nobody talks to their ladies without their permission. We're also seeing a few what I call territorial disagreements this time of year, or a few knockdown, drag-out fights. Now, injuries that would otherwise be lethal to most animals, to an alligator, is not a big deal. First of all, alligators have 4 legs, so if they lose 1, 3 is still pretty good. Secondly, their blood will clot extremely fast. We're talking about fetch. If an alligator loses a leg, they quit bleeding in about a minute or less. And thirdly, their body contains an antibody, get back in the water, which is called crocosylin. Crocosylin is a toxic if it comes in contact with anything else. So they don't deal with infections. They don't have massive blood loss. So when you see them get injured this time of year, it might look really bad, but I can assure you it is only a minor infraction. Now, thanks, Roger. Good boy. All right, see if we can get some of these bigger guys up. I've got one of my top 10 fellows over here in the corner. It's an alligator named Buddy. Now, Buddy, he is knocking on right at 13 feet, pushing that 750-pound range. And this is Buddy's area right over here. So if you need something in this area, you kind of have to have permission from Buddy. Now, if Buddy jumps out and grabs me and drags me in, feel free to film it. It won't matter to me. But this is where an alligator makes his living, is right here at the water's edge. On land, are they pretty quick? Yes. They can run, 12, 13 miles per hour. But where they do what they do is right there. Buddy could actually get around half of his body length out of the water. So he could jump, 6.5 feet straight forward, or fight, stay. From an alligator that size is going to average 2,800 pounds. So if you can imagine a car being parked on top of you, that's what it would feel like for my man Buddy to bite you. If that happens today, I'm sorry. But then they just use that tremendous weight and frame to drag said creature back into the water. And they can hold that tremendous bite for about 20 minutes. So again, most animals quit kicking in a pretty short period of time.
Right now, huh?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on the news here lately about people prying the jaws of the alligator open and